All right, so I thought I would take you along on something of an adventure here as I try out this air fryer. And I'll start by telling you that I've never owned an air fryer, I've never used an air fryer, and I really don't know anything at all about air frying. So this is going to be something of a learning experience for me, and it's going to be coming from the perspective of a guy who doesn't know the foggiest about air frying. So I just thought I'd start by showing you the box that this thing comes in. Gives you a few of the details here on the box. And there's some specifications over here as well. Looks like it's 1250 watts, obviously 120 volts. But I'll go ahead and open this thing up. I'll give you another look at it once I open it up. And then I'm going to kind of take you along with me as I cook with this, and we'll see how it works. All right, I'll be back with another part here, part 2, coming up. Okay, so this is what you get out of the box. It's a pretty nice looking unit. Nice glossy black finish there. Comes with a bottle. Again, because I don't know much about this at this point, I haven't read the directions yet, but it's a spray bottle for oil, presumably for whatever you are going to air fry. Comes with a little funnel for that bottle. These things here, which I believe go into this. But I'm going to read the directions and learn how to use this, and then try to air fry something. Get back in there. Okay, there we go. And you can see here on the top of this thing, you can see that's a reflection of my lights under the cabinet. But if you touch the power button here, you get a pretty nice display. And again, sorry, there's a reflection going on here, but this is pretty neat. Hopefully that's coming through okay. Pretty sharp looking display there. I have no idea how to work it, but I'm going to read the directions and figure that out, and I'll come back with a part 3. Okay, so I have been reading the directions for this air fryer, and I actually have to say they are pretty helpful. Good set of directions there. I have cleaned the basket here, and I have also cleaned this piece. It's called the, what is this thing called? The crisper plate. That's what this is called. And you'll see that it has 2 arrows there, and those 2 arrows correspond with the arrow in the basket here, so you know which way this thing goes. See if I can do this with one hand. And there you go. Now that's in there. And I'm going to attempt to air fry these green beans here, crispy green beans, which I bought for this purpose because I've had someone make these for me before. So I figured I would give it a try to see if I can duplicate how good those things came out. So that's the latest update. I will be back with more. Okay, so before I go ahead and attempt to cook those crispy green beans, I'm going to follow a little process here described in the instruction manual called a test run. And you can see there it says a test run will help you become familiar with your air fryer, make sure it's working correctly, and to clean it of possible residues in the process. So I'm going to go through the preheat process here, which basically is hit the power button, press preheat, it says 4 minutes, and it should say 400 degrees there, and go ahead and hit start. And there, now you can hear it, the fan blowing there. And while it's doing its thing here, I'll just say that overall the fit and finish and the feel of the materials here, it feels like it's put together pretty well to me. I don't have any complaints about the fit and finish. It does feel like it's well put together. But we shall see how it cooks in a couple of minutes here, and I'll be back to give you an update on that. Thanks. All right, so while my green beans are in there cooking, I just wanted to point out a few observations. The exterior of this unit gets pretty toasty while it is in operation. It gets warm enough that you probably don't want to keep your hand on there. The back of the unit where the vent is also gets pretty toasty as well, so just be aware of that. And the plug I think is good quality cable here. The plug does not get warm at all. I think that's a very good sign. I just wanted to point that out, and I'll be back in a couple minutes here after my green beans have cooked. Thanks, folks. And there you have it, my crispy green beans. I had them in there for 12 minutes on 400. I shook them halfway through. I put some salt on there. Probably should have looked at the directions for these things, which basically says put them in there for 6 to 7 minutes. But regardless, I put them in there for 12 minutes. I shook them halfway through. I did put some salt on there, like I just mentioned. And I have to say, I already had one out of here. And those are crispy, and they're pretty darn good. So, I like to say, sorry to be chewing here, I like to say success for my first attempt. I think I might have put them in there for a little bit too long, but lesson learned, and still pretty darn delicious, as good as I remember them when someone else made them for me. So, pretty darn impressed here so far with this thing. Something that I did notice is it's not easy to push this the basket back in there with one hand. You really can't do it. You have to stabilize by holding onto the air fryer. And when you do that, the back here is pretty darn toasty, so you just have to be careful when you are pushing that basket back in, and you need to hold on to something to do it. Just be careful because things are pretty toasty. The other thing I would mention is that this is basically like a small electric heater, and at 1250 watts, it gets things pretty toasty in the kitchen here. So in the wintertime, that's pretty nice. In the summertime, it's probably not going to be so nice, but just thought I would pass that along as well. Overall, I like this thing so far. We're going to experiment with a few more foods to air fry. Hope this helps, folks. Thanks, and take care.
Hey, we're here to review this air fryer that we got from Amazon. Fresh out the box. There's not much to it. It comes with the instruction booklet. Oh, by the way, this is by Ramjoy. Here's the unit itself and the insert for the bucket. Anyway, when you pull this out, it's a decent size, relatively large. This, I guess you can put it in here. It looks like it has, you can put it way down here or further up, or just not use it at all. I'm going to put this in. Oh, by the way, there are arrows that tell you which way is up front, and make sure these tabs are all the way in. If it's not all the way in, it won't fit nicely. It'll squish these tabs more and make it more difficult to put in. Anyway, I'm going to put this in, and it looks like it is held up in here on one side by these little tabs right here, and there's some down there, and on the other side it's just held up by the friction of these rubber things. So what we're going to do now is we're just going to put some raw chicken in here that's already been seasoned, and we are going to cook it and let you know how it comes out. Okay, so we have the chicken already in here. It was running for about 5 minutes and we stopped it. And if you take a look at it, once again, it's got a lot of room in here, and it's already starting to brown and cook, and everything works really well. Operating this is super easy. Haven't even looked at the directions yet, but when you turn it on, it's already at 350 degrees for 15 minutes, and just turn up the time, you know, by pressing these arrows. You know, couldn't be any easier. Temperature, bring it up to 400. The start button is right there. It's got a whole bunch of other functions: wings, broil, bake, roast. I'm sure if you read the directions, but it looks really easy to use. And I'm just gonna hit, oh, I barely hit it. I think it's heat sensitive. So once your fingers are next to it, it'll activate. So be careful. Don't put your fingers too close to it unless you intend to use those buttons. Anyway, so far so good. When this thing is done, we'll let you know how the wings turn out. Okay, the half hour just finished on this, and I'm going to pull it out. Now keep in mind that the fan in here continues to run for a minute or two after it finishes, so just keep that in mind. Anyway, here's our chicken, and it looks good. I'm going to open one of these to see how well it cooked, and it looks like it went all the way through. If I didn't have an air fryer, I'd never know that this was air fried. It's got nice crispy outside. Anyway, this thing works well. Zero issues with it so far. And yeah, I think this thing is great. Hope this review helps someone.
Sorry to see that crispy. I just want people to know I use this thing every day. I've been using it every day since I got it. So your buttons, temps, time, and all that good stuff. It has settings. These are just basically your push to start settings, where if you was to do something, it's just already preset. You got wings, veggies, all that stuff. Now the thing that just leave that on. The thing I do like about this is its size. This is a really, really nice size. Like, you can actually put a chicken in there. Don't mind the background of the house. I'm fixing it still fixing it. But as far as it goes, this is a good one. It's actually, I will say, it's great for you. So I do see this panel and stuff giving out eventually, because like you can't just, oh well, now it wants to work. But when I first got it, it wasn't working. It was kind of non-responsive. I took the tape off, I wiped it and everything else. It's just sometimes it wouldn't, like you could tap it fast. And the other thing is it only goes down in 10 increments. 10-point increments, so it's not like the time goes down in ones, but the temp is in 10, so you can't go like 375 or nothing like that. It's just, that is what it is when it comes to that. It is kind of loud. Well, I'm sorry, not kind of loud. I kind of nitpicky when it comes to that. It cuts off instantly once you open it. Then it starts back up wherever it was at. If you, let's say you take the fries out, or your kids are crying or something like that, you need to go check on them and you don't want them to get burnt or anything because you're doing it. So it cuts off instantly. This will still be kind of hot, so be mindful of that. But you stop it, go do what you got to do. You come back, put the tray back in, walk away. It goes right back to what it was doing. So, as far as it goes, I could say you should get one.